All right, you ready to go over the checklist?
What's the checklist?
All right, it's just something we have to help expedite getting ready and stuff. Number one, are you sick? Do you need a fucking lozenge?
Yes. Already had one. I'll do my best. That's all I have for you.
All right.
Number two.
See, all right.
My neighbor. Fuck off, bro. Number two. My neighbor is above me today.
Well, that's actually number three.
It's been really quiet for the past 30 minutes. So I'm hoping they went to dinner or something. So fingers crossed.
Well, let's go down the checklist in order.
Okay, sorry.
We'll get to your fucking shitty neighbors. Number two, are you tired/yawning? Do you need a fucking Red Bull?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat it? I can't hear that over my yawn.
You're being funny.
Not to you, but to me, yeah.
All right. Number three, let's see. Is your dog an emotional anchor? Does it need a quiet snack and also a different place to live?
Yes. If by emotional anchor you mean she's pulling me down and I feel like I've
exactly.
been drowning, yes.
The literal words that I said, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
All right. Number four, is construction being done upstairs?
Like I said, he is around and just walking.
Well, I'm just following the prompts as it's written.
Sounds like that. So it might as well be a yes.
All right. Are your neighbors throwing a fucking party?
Probably.
All right. I'll put that down for a maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Are you physically situated, meaning you're in a position to not smack the table every time you laugh, talk, or think?
No. I think I'm physically incapable.
All right. Subsection on that. Is your desk uneven? What the fuck beeps to bumping on your end?
I don't know. Sometimes it's definitely me hitting the table because with being under the blanket, I'm closer to it than I maybe normally would be. And I have a more limited range of motion. But I don't know.
I see. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Final one on here. Are your appropriate tabs open so there's little to no typing because it sounds like thunder and that isn't sparking joy in my life?
Yes, my appropriate tabs are open. I will have to scroll, but other than that, we're fine.
The wheel being one of those appropriate tabs.
No, that's not open. I like to wait until the very last minute for that one.
I don't care about that one as much.
Bori, go lay down.
You should open your front door and just leave it open and maybe the dog will just leave and then that'll be that.
No, I think she's too needy for that. I'm pretty sure if I open the front door, she'd go explore and then just come back.
We don't actually know what will happen until we try it.
No, I've let her out of the house before voluntarily. She just runs around the neighborhood, pees on a tree, and comes back.
Oh, does that usually take about an hour?
No. She likes to check in every 10 to 15 minutes.
Fact checker asked, is it snowing up there?
I don't think so. I have not been outside in the last 2 hours, but I don't think so.
Okay, well, that's not on the checklist. I don't know why she's asking that.
It did snow last night, so there's that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Well, weather happened, and
Yes.
snow fell, and then there was a couple inches of it outside.
Oh, so it was hard?
What? Because there was a couple inches?
Oh, I'm making fun of the snow's penis. Get it? Snow penis.
It's not on fire. Unlike all of Southern California, it is not on fire.
Yeah, man. Hopefully by the time this airs, it will be remedied. But right now, shit's fucked down there. And that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks big time. I made fun of my brother because he bought a new house and he bought a fucking giant new house and it's about 6 miles from the huge fire.
My favorite part is that currently a bunch of people that are politically right-leaning are blaming the mayor of LA for the fires because she transferred some of the budget for their fire department into the police department, which is funny because you'd think they'd be ecstatic that the police is being more funded
Mm.
But no, her fault for moving money. That's what caused fires.
Yep.
Not the weird fucking lanterns on the beach or the hobos lighting fires in the alleyways, because that's actually happening. No,
Mhm.
it's I can't believe we're at a point where people are unironically saying the fire is woke. Woke
What?
caused the fire. Because the mayor and DEI and it all wraps around.
Another one that I heard about the fires is that they're trying to blame it on people voted to protect like a smolt fish in Northern California, and therefore that's why there's no water to fight the fires.
Yeah, but also like people are saying that the fire chief's focus was DEI on the department, so they spent extra money hiring people that aren't white, and that's another reason why the fires are as bad as they are. Again, the
Mhm.
fire's woke, and that's it's insane cartoon logic that we're living in.
Yeah, there's a lot of gymnastic hoops being jumped through for these.
Yeah, currently shit's still fucked, and I think the big thing is currently in the news right now, which will change tomorrow, is that right now they're currently using incarcerated individuals, so people like in prison serving
Yeah.
time. They're using them for like volunteer fire, and they're like not getting any rest or sleep at all. They're like up for 48 hours on minimum wage too. Like that's cool.
Mhm.
And what's funny
Yeah.
is that when they get out of prison, they're not going to be able to become firefighters themselves because felony.
Yeah,
See how
our
that system.
system's real nice.
We're not a political podcast.
You'd think after like years of California lighting on fire, we'd have a game plan for this that's maybe like marginally successful.
Oh, well, like 78% of like the water in California is owned by a billionaire. So that's part of the problem.
Usually.
I mean, where we're at, we don't have like big fires. Like fires kind of happen kind of near us, but like right where we're at, it's like way too wet.
Yeah, it's pretty moist up there. You guys have the smolt
Moist.
fish, so they kept all the water up there.
Yeah, redwoods don't burn well, and like fucking was it? I think it was Trump who's like talking about like how like yeah, redwoods are so good and their bark's wet, so fires don't happen here.
Maybe we should move. Here we go. Here's the fire plan. We move a bunch of the redwoods to Southern California, and that's how we stop the fires.
Okay, redwoods famous for taking a long time to grow.
No, we like transplant them. They're pre-grown here. And then we just scoot
Transplant
them down
them.
there.
Ah, yes, transplant them.
Mm-hmm. Trees get moved all the time, bitch. Don't act like it's
trees do. Sequoia redwoods are, I want to say, the hardest tree to fucking transplant.
Show me the science behind that.
You show me the science. You show me somebody picking up a redwood and moving it a foot even away from its original location.
I'll show you somebody picking up a tree and moving it. Why is it any different for a redwood?
We contend the ones that people bitch about making the highway small on that one stretch. I thought those were eucalyptus. Fact checker. We had some like kind of on the highway next to the bay, and like they just removed them. They were really tall trees, but people were pissed about it. I thought that they were eucalyptus.
What are you talking about?
The ones on the down south. I don't know what fact checker's talking about. I'm abandoning.
She's full of facts,
This
but we don't know what the fuck
conversation.
they're related to.
They are facts.
Yeah, I'm sure you're talking about something very real. Gamage and I just do not know what it is.
Oh, you're talking about the ones that are like the roots are getting under the roads? I'm going to assume she's going to say yes. I got to move on.
Yeah, we're not smart enough for this topic. I suggested moving redwoods for fire. Year and near the tree you can drive through. Oh, I kind of know what you're talking about. Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast to go out of their way to write I don't know on every Amazon question known to man. I'm on brand Rachel.
And I'm on Brent Gambage. Each week we spin a wheel to find out what we're doing for next week's podcast. Last week we spun, and I don't remember what we hit, but
I think it was
we
comedy.
decided to do, I guess, we're doing Amazon reviews because that's fun and trendy.
Yep. And I really enjoyed collecting mine, so I'm excited to read them.
I did all of mine in one morning. Like I just favorite, boom, done. I'm over it.
Easy peasy. Do you want to start with the gamified ones, or do you want to do those later?
I told you in a text that I know that you read that I wasn't going to do gamify ones.
Yes, you said you were going to do maybe one or two.
Maybe one or two, and the maybe is no.
Okay, I was curious because I have one for you.
Okay, give me the game one. That's going to be fun.
Okay, I want you to guess what place this is reviewing.
All right.
So they gave it.
Did you migrate outside of Amazon? I just did Amazon.
I have two that are not from Amazon.
I welcome all reviews. It doesn't have to be specifically Amazon. It's just Amazon are the only ones I did.
Yeah, this is a review of a store, and I want you to guess what store.
Kroger's.
So they rated it 10 out of 10, and it
right.
says, I've been coming to Sears for about 20 years now.
This
and
is the Target one.
Really going downhill.
Really funny. Really funny.
Come in.
Hey.
It seems emptier and emptier.
Hey, Rachel.
And the emptiness seems less excited to be working. The employees. What? How did you immediately know that this is the one that we made for Target?
Because I know you. And Rachel, you gotta earn your own wins, bud.
We wrote this together. Fuck you.
We did not. I wrote that all on my own.
No, we wrote that together. 100%. We sat in the office because one of us found a Target receipt in the store, and we wrote this together.
I don't know about that. I'm awfully fraught with skepticism.
Can I finish reading it?
Yeah. Start over for the audience. Okay. I'm gonna go bathe with a cat.
Okay. I've been coming to Sears for about 20 years now, and it has really gone downhill. Every time I come in, it seems emptier and emptier, and the employees seem less excited to be working. Today, everything was good. When I spoke to Taylor in the auto department, he got me a great deal on some tires, and even had time to finger me in electronics. My eyes have been opened to how great your store has come. Regards, Stephen Bear. Yes, I would like to continue with the survey.
Wait,
anyway.
Did it not... Wait, there was no mentions of turtles in there.
No, this wasn't the turtles.
Is that before we were doing turtles on all of our reviews?
Yeah, it was before we were doing turtles on all the reviews.
Not
long before, but it was before.
That was BT, they call it.
Yeah, before turtles.
I don't know how to do this right. This is a brand new fucking operation on our end, and we're just reading shit.
Yeah, you want to just go back and forth?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, this one is I'm picking them up at random. This one is for. I actually don't know what this is for.
Okay.
But it do say customer like the quality, durability, and thickness of the sunglasses. Oh, it's sunglasses. For example, they mentioned that it's perfect for seeing what kind of Americans are around you. They're made of durable material and that they don't feel cheap. This is an AI generated review that was like chosen from what other customers were saying. So like it kind of compiled all those reviews and came up with its own thing. That own thing is like that these sunglasses are used to see Americans. All Amazon products have that AI thing now. Well, that's dumb. All companies are using AI now, and the problem is that it's clearly a thing to fucking save them money. It's never been a for the person, like, oh, it's going to make our customer experience better. No customer wants AI. Fucking none of them. Nobody's like, oh, yes, please use AI. It's literally just an excuse for these, and they do these big conventions, and they get super excited about it. I'm so excited to introduce these fucking meta AI people that are going to post charity auctions and shit.
Yeah, it's literally just a shortcut having a human being do that job, which only pisses off their customer base more. Fuck that.
Anyway, here is
a review on Kleenex facial tissues, the white kind. It felt the need to specify. We're going to go back to a time before AI. This review was in December 8th, 2013, titled A Mother's Struggle. I want to start this off.
This is like the second most famous review out there?
Yes, and it's fucking hilarious.
I think the bike one is more, but...
I don't even know what you're talking about, so you should read that one.
Nah.
I want to start this off by thanking Kleenex for selling these in 36 packs. I've put it on subscription, and if they want to start selling 72 packs, sign me up. I have 3 reasons for needing this much Kleenex, and their names are Liam, Samuel, and Hank, which is now what I want to name every cat I receive for the next 3 cats. This is how it
Hank's
goes in this...
Hank's a good cat name.
Right? This is how it goes in this house. First, the Kleenex disappears, then the toilet paper, then they go for the fabrics, and you don't want it to get there unless you're ready to invest in a 5-gallon drum of Febreze. This used to be a good Christian home, but it's not about moral judgment anymore. I'm way beyond that. I'm in survival mode. If I don't supply absorbent paper products, I'm going to find my dish towels hidden in the basement, as stiff as aluminum. The other day, I almost cut my hand on a sock. I'm sorry to speak so frankly, but with 3 teenage boys, a woman's got to be practical. The funny part is they think they're being sneaky with their 45-minute showers, their sudden need for privacy, as if I'm going to walk in on them journaling. They slink around the house like unfixed cats while I try to announce my location at all times. No one needs to ask me to knock anymore. I knock on the walls. I practically wear a cowbell. I'm not looking to catch anybody by surprise. Believe me, I'm just trying to get through this.
I'm pretty sure that one's fake.
Okay, a lot of reviews could be fake.
Oh no, like most of them are fake. I know that the most famous one is also hella fake. It's just like, you know, people want
the most famous one?
I'm not gonna say it because I'm sure you'll get to it. This one's for Everlast Everstrike Navatier Heavy Bag Premium. It's for a punching bag. Tagman gave it 5 stars. It works. This is so stupid. You want a rating, which I gave, and now you want me to force me to waste my time saying why I gave it and why I bought it for. I bought it because I wanted it, okay? And I used it for the purpose for which it was designed, kicking and punching. Did you think that I bought it to lie on the floor and use to pretend to be a horse or something? Please don't ask me to rate anything that I buy again. I don't have time to waste, and I will just delete those requests. Thank you.
I love that they were so mad about it that they filled one out.
35 people found this helpful.
Read the review and then say what it was for. I think that's a good idea.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, most of the images in the book are blurry and poor quality. They look almost as if they were taken from the internet and then blown up to page size and printed out. I will say, to credit the author, every 3rd image is perfect quality and obviously original material. However, every 3rd image is also a unicorn with the same exact design. My running theory is that the author's dream in life is to publish a unicorn coloring book, but has unfortunately been rejected by every other outlet for their lack of design versatility. But Pat Woods is not a quitter. He soldiers on and proceeds to buff up their unicorn portfolio with stolen images, then resubmits to the editors. They love it. They run with every page. Pat begins to feel like they're living a lie, betraying everything the unicorns ever stood for. But the money's rolling in, the unicorns are being published, and dreams are coming true, but at what cost? At what cost? That's for a coloring book.
I was thinking, like, it's got to be a coloring book, like an adult coloring book.
Yeah, I actually wrote that one because that's literally what it looks like, is like all of the pictures look like somebody took a little thumbnail and blew it up, except for the unicorns. I don't know why.
Oh, you wrote that one?
I did.
This one is rated 4 stars, titled Good Product, House Burnt Down. I really like this product. I was able to plug in all my Christmas lights, my TV, my space heater, and still charge my electronics with the USBs. I took off 1 star because it caused an electrical fire that burnt down my house. Turns out the wires inside my walls were only rated for the heat from 2 plugs, not 24. Good cord length, too.
Good cord length, too.
It's for an extension cord.
2 out of 5 stars. Verified purchase. Poorly laid out, too advanced. No pictures, no chapters, just one big long story. For some, this might be what you're looking for. I didn't read the book, but I was looking for interesting, more adult stories I could read to my 7-year-old who loves all things trains. He always thought Thomas was degrading to the world of trains. This book is much more advanced. I will be returning the book. The picture of the front cover is a train coming out of a wall and falling
it's like going
down
downward.
a floor onto the street. And it's titled Railroads, Their Origins and Problems, Abridged and Annotated by Charles Francis James Jr.
Yeah, I was looking at that one. I almost included it, but then I didn't. This one is rated 5 stars, titled, Is Your Garage Really Small for Your Car? Mine too. That's why I bought these screaming chickens in bulk. I velcroed them to the stoop in my garage, and now they alert me when I've come to the edge without destroying my bumper. Their squawk is almost loud enough to break the sound barrier, and sure to make your children laugh every time. I know that the older generations like to use hanging tennis balls, but these screaming chickens are more on trend. Plus, you could use the leftovers as a dog toy or unique party favors. Amazon wants me to include a picture, so here's my chickens in their Velcro bondage. You get 6 in a pack, but my dog stole one and my child stole the other to prank his teacher.
So now we have 4. Oh, that's actually a really entertaining way of doing that. Like, fuck a little foam noodle bumper. Just get some rubber chickens. 1 out of 5 stars. Ridiculous taste. This one, I want you to guess what they had. I want you to guess what this item is.
Okay.
It tasted very bad when I ate it. It was grass-like and muddy in taste. Also, pay attention to the taste and crunchiness. This is a top review from India. That's my hint for you.
Cadbury egg?
No, you get one more guess, because fact checker said candle, and she took your second guess.
All right. The caramel version Cadbury egg?
He ordered cow dung cakes and thought they were cookies.
I'm more concerned with what is a cow dung cake?
I don't know.
If not a delicious thing that's like, like a cow pie. A cow pie is like a thing.
They look like small circles. I'm guessing they're made out of cow dung. I don't know what you would use them for. Perhaps like a fertilizer infuser or something. But they do look like a little brown cookie. Cow pie is poop. Yes.
Yes,
but
cow
it's
pie
also
is just poop.
A treat, isn't it?
I know that. Oh, I'm thinking of cow tails. Cow pies, I think, who knows? There's a lot of like double entendre named food things that are like also bad. Like how sweetbreads is brain.
What?
Sweetbreads?
Sweetbreads is brain?
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. I don't even know what words you're saying.
Fact checker, sweetbreads is brain, right? The original cow pie. Yeah, man, that's a delicious,
it's
delectable,
a delicious treat.
Looks like a turtle.
I think it is like a chocolate turtle because it's got the pecans in it.
Yeah, pecans are the iconic ingredient. Fact checker, you doing my fact? Yes, okay.
Yes. What does that mean?
Sweetbread. It's sweetbread is brain. Like if you order sweetbread, like if it's like on a menu, it's usually brain.
I feel like I'm having a stroke. What do you mean it's usually brain?
It's the name of like, how you go and you like order like steak, like I'll have the steak.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd be like, I'll have the sweetbread, that's brain. You're getting served like sheep brain.
I'm ordering. Okay. That's crazy. Who the fuck decided let's name this other food a food?
That's what I'm saying.
That's fucking wild. The fuck?
There's also what's that other one? Is it head cheese? That's just like a full sheep head.
No. Head cheese is a disgusting thing that you get from the deli. I know what head cheese is because we used to get it every year at Christmas and Thanksgiving because my grandpa's Italian, and it's literally just the butt ends of every single cheese and meat in the deli shoved into like a weird gelatinous loaf, and it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, beef sweetbreads. There it is.
What the fuck?
Fact checker says like prairie oysters. What are prairie oysters?
Looks upsettingly delicious for the fact that
I know that like Rocky Mountain oysters are testicles, but I don't know what prairie oysters are.
Rocky Mountain oysters are testicles?
Dude.
How did I get really lost on a menu one day? And I'm going to learn a lot of things.
How did you not know that? That one's like famous.
How the fuck am I supposed to just know that?
I mean, you're right, but like it is one that like I've never seen Rocky Mountain oysters on a menu, maybe once, but I know that it's like
What? A prairie oyster is a traditional beverage consisting of a raw egg, Worcestershire sauce,
yeah.
vinegar, and or hot sauce.
Yeah, it's a
Table
hangover
salt and
cure,
ground
isn't it?
pepper to taste.
Isn't that a hangover cure?
I'm sure it is. It seems like something that somebody would have for a hangover. You know what's wild to me? We have all these hangover cures that are like fucking insane and disgusting, and there's a solution. Drink water the day before.
Well, okay, Rachel. All right, Rachel.
I know it requires foresight.
No. How old were you again?
12? How old were I?
How old are you?
Now? 29.
Yeah. Okay. In 1 year, that is going to drastically change. I promise.
No, it's not, because I can get a
Dude.
terrible hangover now. I drink a ton of water and I have less to drink.
Me too. But like a switch hits in your body, and then like all of a sudden, like I only drank a beer at like 4 p.m. and then I had water and Gatorade and aspirin, and I woke up with a hangover. What the fuck? This shit just happens.
You should have had less beer. You have to drink a thimble of beer now.
Oh, my bad. Anyway, what I was saying was the Rocky Mountain oysters is like, I've only seen them on the menu once, but like, I think it's one of those things that's like in a lot of movies and like TV shows where it's like a prank, like, oh, I really enjoyed the Rocky Mountain oysters. Oh, those are testicles. Whoa. I mean, it's like more of like a social gag or something, but
Oh, Rocky Mountain oysters.
few restaurants around here have them. I think you're right. I think I have seen.
They have testicles?
Everybody has testicles in most cities.
Not everybody.
No, everybody does.
Many people do.
Chicks have testicles.
That's actually, do you want to hear a good story? The first sex talk I ever had with my mom, I was like 5 or 6, and her and my stepdad came back from dinner kind of drunk. And she sits down and goes, "It's time to give you guys the sex talk." And she draws 2 stick figures. One is a boy stick figure with junk, and then the other one is a girl stick figure. And she looked at me and she said, "Everyone will tell you this is a lie, but women do have balls. They're just on the inside." And then she drew ovaries.
And you just took her word for it?
No, as a kid, I was like, sold. And then I went to a sex ed class and was like, actually, you're kind of not wrong. That's sort of what ovaries are.
I mean, that's exactly what they are. They're just like, it's just a branch in evolution. It's what happens. Like
they branched up instead of down.
Your Greymon can digivolve into a metal Greymon or a skull Greymon. Like it divulges paths. Rocky Mountain oysters or mountain oysters or meatballs, or also known as prairie oysters in Canada, is a dish made of bull testicles.
I like just or meatballs. That's it. Like, it's not like Canadian meatballs. It's not Rocky Mountain meatballs.
It's just meatballs.
It's just meatballs. Next time my grandma asks me if I want meatballs, I'm going to give her a hard pass.
Like,
I don't trust you.
You know what I've been wanting to try recently is I heard haggis is actually a fucking delicious, delicious dish.
Dude, I have also weirdly been thinking about this because haggis was so mocked when we did like culture days at school. And I presented it because my last name is like a Scottish name. So it was, let's talk about the meals of the countries that your last names are from.
It's Scottish-ish, right?
Scottish-ish? Craig?
Scottish-ish.
No.
But it's not McCraig.
No, Craig is from the last name Crag, as in the Crags of Scotland. It's like not even that much of a
the Crags of God's
linguistic.
Asshole.
Yeah, there you go. The Crags of God's asshole. They just happen to be in Scotland.
It's by design.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been, because haggis has always been mocked in my life too, where it's like, ew, it's like they take this whole body
foul.
And they like stuff it in the intestines. Like, that's hot dogs, man.
That's a sausage.
That's already hot dogs.
Yeah.
But I was looking around and like it was posted on Stupid Food and people were like, man, I was like staying in Scotland for like a week and I ate haggis every day. It was so fucking good. Cause like it sounds gross, but it's actually really good. Blood pudding is another one.
I like blood pudding. I've had it. I think it's pretty good, to be honest.
I think my problem with pudding is that it's It's not liquid. Everywhere in Europe is like, this is pudding, and it's like, that's not pudding. That is just bread. It's bread. Quit it with that.
Yeah, well, it's like there's a dessert
Like Yorkshire
that's like
pudding.
I think it's literally called bread pudding.
Oh, there's yeah, bread pudding, and that's like more dessert like. There's also sticky toffee pudding, right?
I have no idea.
Sorry, black pudding. It's not a pudding. Yeah, it's all not pudding.
I will say, I think before this moment I hadn't thought about that, but we definitely call a lot of things pudding that are not fucking pudding, and they're
Absolutely.
just a bread soaked in a liquid.
To be fair, I think the liquid pudding came after the other pudding.
Dude, I think black pudding's pretty fucking good. It makes a damn good breakfast sausage.
Anyway, let's get off pudding.
Let's get off pudding. I just got you.
And into my car.
Uh,
I don't know where I'm going anymore. I don't know why we're doing a show.
Your turn or mine?
Okay. Okay. I don't know what the product is on this one.
Okay.
2 stars. Overpriced. My son.
I saw that one today and I laughed really hard because I was like, did you die halfway through the review or do you just really not like your kid?
12 people found this helpful.
I like this one. 4 out of 5 stars, titled Good Product. Did not come with sandwiches like photo showed. It's for fucking sandwich containers.
Dude, I've been there though. We're like not sandwiches, but I definitely like seen a product like when I was a kid, and I'd be like, oh, and I wanted that, and then I took it home, and it's like it's not the product at all. It's like the outer bits, or like you fall for dumb things.
Bits,
like
yeah.
like you buy Capri Sun as a kid, and you realize that you don't turn into liquid metal like the Secret World of Alex Mack. You get kind of hydrated, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's we were talking about this at work the other day because when you buy first aid kits off of Cisco's website, you have to be really careful that they actually send you like a full first aid kit because sometimes they're like $400. They're not cheap, and they'll send you an empty box and be like, "No, that's how it was advertised."
Fucking,
like, you sold a shitty plastic box for $400. Fuck you. Yeah, just the container.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's like, you guys are jackasses. Where are my
They know
Band-Aids?
what they're doing, too.
100%.
And there's like a billion of those on eBay, too, where it's just like, just the box, just like they say it everywhere because they know that somebody's going to buy it. They're like, and these people are like, it's just the box. It's just the box. $600. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And you fucking stop that.
Yeah, you're a fucking asshole.
That's it's worse than scalpers, honestly.
It is. Scalpers and people who sell
Because
just the box.
at least scalpers are honest to themselves, and like they realize, I mean, they're kind of not honest. Like they think they're doing a service, but like they're not lying about what they're selling. They're just pieces of shit for doing it.
Yeah, they're just assholes. I like this one. It's 1 out of 5 stars. It's by Kathy. It's titled Diarrhea.
Here we go. Number 1, everybody.
It says, this gave me diarrhea every time I ate the gummies. This is not for the Haribo gummies. This is for vitamins.
Okay.
This gave me diarrhea every time I ate the gummies, so I lowered my dose.
Is the Haribo gummy bears coming up?
I have it in here.
Okay.
We can cover it. I went and specifically fished out the very first one I ever read because at this point there's a million reviews for the Haribo gummies. So I went and found the one that I read like a decade ago when this first happened.
Well, a lot of these, like, there's one for like a microbiology book that I textbook that I was reading. And by the way, Brittany, I got that one way before you sent it to me. And what I noticed is that after there's a funny, like, original review, everybody's got to, like, copycat it or copy pasta it. Like, they want to be a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I specifically sought out the first one that I ever found.
God bless you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Kathy and her diarrhea. This gummy vitamin gave me diarrhea every time I ate it, so I lowered my dose. Still have diarrhea. I lowered my dose and split them in half, one in the morning, Or sorry, half in the morning and half at night. Now I have diarrhea twice a day.
Yeah, I remember reading that one actually.
I just love the logic of like, I lowered my dose. I split it in half, one in the morning, one at night. Now I shit twice. Oh, it tickled me.
Maybe it's just the crap you eat. Ever think about that? This one's from Dawn H. 3 stars. My over 6-foot teenage son can fit comfortably in this bed as long as he doesn't sit up. This is something he has learned the hard way, but I wasn't prepared to cut a hole in the ceiling. I did suggest he strap a pillow to his head. He would have preferred the hole in the ceiling, though, as his room is directly under the kitchen, and he was hoping I would just drop his food directly into his mouth, negating the need for him to come get his lazy backside up and walk up the stairs. He has created some kind of gaming troll cave underneath. Again, he has learned the hard way not to stand up straight when screaming at the player who just killed him. Mind you, I was hoping that the concussion might knock the power of articulate speech back on, but alas, this has not happened yet.
Is it for like a loft bed?
It's for a large bed.
Okay. Gamage, I want you to guess the product.
Okay.
We brought these, and I said brought. We brought these as a Christmas present for my daughter and her partner. She has cut herself so many times she will not use them anymore. Her partner used one tonight and ended up in hospital with a bad cut. I am reporting these to Health and Safety as they should not be sold. They are dangerous.
Is it a mandolin?
No.
Oh.
Like the food mandolin or like the musical mandolin?
Is it either?
Maybe. No, it's neither.
All right. Is it the caramel version of the Cadbury egg?
You're really on Cadbury eggs tonight. No, it's what is referred to as a classic tomato knife. It looks like a sad serrated steak knife. I don't know how somebody cuts themselves this many times on this. All right, next one.
This is Joanne R. 4 stars. Titled, Works fairly well, but I am an old woman, I'll admit that freely. I am in good health and the strength in my arms and hands is fine. There are leaders of several countries that are easier to gain access to than this bottle is to open. Press down and turn. It sounds simple, and we've all done it 100 times. After trying to open it, I got out my handy-dandy little toolkit and tried to open it with a set of pliers. Nope. I then talked to God for a few minutes, explaining that he needed to keep me from dropping this to the center of I-65. I sat it in front of my aquarium and hoped the fish would see medicine and feel better, knowing I had made an effort. I thought briefly about stabbing the bottle and squeezing it out. I think that is called assault, however. Finally, the UPS guy drove up and I accosted him. That wasn't necessary, but he was a fine example of God's best efforts, and I couldn't help myself. He easily opened it, but his arms were the size of my waist. Might want to work on that for us, just plain old mortals.
That was beautiful. Okay, also
that is for 100 milliliter Paragard. I don't know what Paragard is.
What the fuck? Okay, this one's not a review, but it's an Amazon question, and it said, does this prevent your nipples from poking through? Yeah, Mom and Davis commented 1 year ago. This is her answer. It depends on your nipples, really. If they can dial a rotary phone, probably not going to do too much to hide them.
Yeah. I saw that one too. All right, this one's fun. I want you to guess what this product is, unless you already read it. That would suck.
Okay.
Another cuddly toy that can share our daughter's bed. She doesn't even leave the house without the piggy. Nose swamps and the movements that are triggered by touch contribute a lot to this. But the meaning of the feeding bottle, which is included, has not yet fully been revealed to me, as it does not cause any discernible emotions in pigs.
What? The fuck? What is the item?
You're not going to guess?
I gotta be honest with you, I did see this, so I like kind of know what it is, but I didn't investigate into it. So I like only 15% know what it is.
That's incorrect. It's actually a caramel Cadbury egg.
Bullshit.
No, it's for the Star Wars The Bad Batch Wrecker Mercenary Gear Series 6-inch action figure.
This doesn't help at all.
No, it don't. What also doesn't help is that there's something fishy going with Amazon, because this product apparently came out in 2023. This review is dated 2007.
What the fuck?
So something's
Something's
awry.
wrong here. Perhaps this item number used to be about pigs.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's probably that.
All right. 1 out of 5 stars. Warning, not lubricant. I have recently bought some of this liquid ass, which is literally what this is called. I bought it because I thought it was sexual lubricant. It says it smells just like ass, so I thought it would give a more real experience when using it with my sex toy. I immediately found out otherwise. First off, the smell was awful, and then if that's not enough, my penis became inflamed and started to blister. Thanks to liquid ass, my penis is a stub, and I have to rub it with cream that burns like hell.
Now we all know, listener, you're laughing if you haven't heard this one, but it's me, babysitter Gamage, here to ruin the fun. That's clearly fake.
Yeah, I would certainly hope.
Nobody in their right mind. Like, the part that gets me is like when they're like, I'm hoping for a more authentic experience with it smelling like ass. Like, that's not what you want.
Insane. That's insane.
That's not why people do anal. You see, you know that. You have to know that. But also, like, if I did something stupid and I had a nub for a penis, I wouldn't be writing a review on anything.
No, that would not be my first thing. After having been told my danglies look like an elderly Rastafarian, I decided to make the plunge and buy some of this, as previous shaving attempts had only been mildly successful, and I nearly put my back out trying to reach the more difficult bits. Being a bit of a romantic, I thought I would do the deed on the missus' birthday as a bit of a treat. I ordered it well in advance, and working in the North Sea, I consider myself a bit above some of the other characters writing previous reviews and wrote them off as soft office types. Oh, my fellow sufferers, how wrong I was. I waited until the other half was tucked in bed, and after giving some vague hints about a special surprise, I went down to the bathroom. Initially, all went well, and I applied the gel and stood waiting for something to happen. I didn't have long to wait. At first, there was a gentle warmth, which in a matter of seconds was replaced by an intense burning, and a feeling I can only describe as being given a barbed wire wedgie by 2 people intent on hitting the ceiling with my head. Religion hadn't featured much in my life until that night, but I suddenly became willing to convert to any religion to stop the violent burning around the turd tunnel and what seemed like the destruction of the meat and 2 veg. Struggling to not bite through my bottom lip, I tried to wash the gel off in the sink, only succeeded in blocking the plug hole with a mat of hair. Through the haze of tears, I struggled out of the bathroom, across the hall, into the kitchen, and by this time, walking was not really possible, and I crawled the final yard to the fridge in the hope of some form of cold relief. I yanked the freezer drawer out and found a tub of ice cream, tore the lid off, and positioned it under me. The relief was fantastic, but only temporary, as it melted fairly quickly, and the fiery stabbing soon returned. Due to the shape of the ice cream tub, I hadn't managed to give the starfish any treatment, and I groped around in the drawer for something else, as I was sure my vision was going to fail fairly soon. I grabbed a bag of what I later found out was frozen sprouts and tore it open, trying to be as quiet as possible as I did so. I took a handful of them and tried in vain to clench some between my cheeks. This was not doing the trick, as some of the gel had found its way into the chutney channel, and it felt like the space shuttle was running in its engines behind me. This was probably and hopefully the only time in my life I was going to wish there was a gay snowman in the kitchen, which should give you some idea the depths of which I was willing to sink to in order to ease this pain. The only solution my pain-crazed mind could come up with was to gently ease one of the sprouts where no veg had gone before. Unfortunately, alerted by the strange grunts coming from the kitchen, the other half chose that moment to come and investigate and was greeted by the sight of me, ass in the air, strawberry ice cream dripping from my bell end, pushing a sprout up my ass, muttering, "Oh, that feels good." Understandably, this was a shock to her. She let out a scream as I hadn't heard her come in, and it caused an involuntary spasm of shock, which resulted in the sprout being ejected at quite some speed in her direction. I can understand that having a sprout farted against your leg at 11 at night in the kitchen probably wasn't the special surprise she was expecting, and having to explain to the kids the next day that the strange hollow in the ice cream what the strange hollow in the ice cream was didn't improve my status. So, sum it up.
That would be thrown away. You wouldn't have fucking done that. Fuck off.
To sum it up, Veet removes hair, dignity, and self-respect. I think it's like a Nair product.
Yeah, it's definitely a Nair product.
Mm-hmm.
It's an older one, but it's always good. But a lot of these like are usually just like, and you find them in like a bunch of subreddits too. But a lot of them are like exercises in creative writing. And like
100%.
a lot of like relationship advice ones are too, where like you're reading it and you're like, this shit's wilder than Jerry Springer. And you can kind of tell like a person going through this would not be rushing to Reddit to let everybody know.
No, and I think some of it is like some of them I think
They're
have
funny,
happened.
they're fucking hilarious, and I'm glad that we have them.
I think some of them have realism, but it is definitely like we are embellishing for entertainment purposes, if not fabricating.
I don't believe this person put Nair on their asshole. I do believe somebody out there put Nair on their asshole and did this exact scenario, though did not write it to online and are going to die with that secret.
Yes. Fair enough.
Yes.
Would agree with this.
Verified purchase, 5 stars. It's Sprite. Same stuff as always, just in a smaller can. If you don't know what Sprite tastes like and you're using Amazon reviews to try to get a picture of what it's like, well, I'd say the best way to describe it is like if 1,000 virgins shed tears of joy on top of a mountain in the Swiss Alps, and then those happy tears were filtered naturally as they ran down through the rocks and mountain streams and were collected at the bottom by a wizard who then carbonated them and then had them delivered to your door. Kind of.
I like kind of.
Kind of.
Oh, man. The year is 2004, and Eric D. rated 1 out of 5 stars, titled "All These 5-Star Reviews Are Fake." Ashley Simpson is nothing more than a talentless, ugly little girl who is famous because of her older, dumb sister. Ashley's chin gives Kirk Douglas a run for his money, and I haven't seen a schnoz that big since Adrian Brody. Despite hundreds of man-hours using Pro Tools and a world-class team of songwriters and producers behind her, Ashley still sounds like nothing but absolute garbage. Also, the positive reviews are fake and were written by Ashley's street team members. Do not believe them. Notice how they are ambiguous, and the reviewers have never reviewed anything else on Amazon. These idiots probably haven't even listened to this vapid garbage, but get points and free stuff for writing these fake reviews. Ashley has no real fans, and Geffen has to sink this low just to get people to believe this girl is good. I don't know if you recommended this to me or somebody else did, but I started a playlist because normally I just have things I like, and it's everything I have enjoyed musically for like the past decade. So I switched to rating it like 2025 things I like, and then I've just been adding anything I listen to that I like into this playlist.
Yeah, I said that last week.
Yeah, well, I
started
doing it, and it's a friggin' great idea.
Are you doing like autoplay at all?
Autoplay?
Yeah, where you just kind of let the algorithm do it. Oh, you're on Spotify. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I do like my Discover Weekly and stuff, or if I find something.
Spotify doesn't do algorithms very well.
No, unfortunately. No, I'll like go down a rabbit hole, but nah.
I went down a rabbit hole. I went down a good rabbit hole. I recently, in fact, that's going to be my recommendation. I let YouTube kind of go off an autoplay off of a band I was checking out. And it was really, really good. It felt like YouTube just like looked at my listening habits on my recap last year, and they were just like, "We get it. You don't believe in genres. Fucking here's everything," because none of the artists on the playlist are like remotely related.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess you could like make an argument that they like could be considered indie alt, but if that's true, then it like supports my opinion that it's a fucking dumb genre and should be dismantled.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna spend the next I don't know, several months recommending artists off this rabbit hole playlist. It's like,
Yeah, I'm upset that you won't send it to me.
30, 32 divided by 4 is like 8. So 8 months if I stick to the list. There's actually more than that, but I'm not recommending everybody because I either already have or simply don't need to. And a lot of these are going to be either I've already recommended them, I'm pretty sure a couple of them you have recommended them, and a lot of them are going to be like, wow, Gamage is really late to the party. These people were fucking hella popular last year, and shut up.
Okay.
That's fair. I don't listen to the radio. Like, I get it.
The radio sucks nowadays. Sorry, Sabina. Yours is still great, but yours is like the only one that I like.
I did discover a couple things off of Sabina's radio show. But like I will say that one of the people that I'm going to recommend in the future is at 199 subscribers, and I took it to 200. Yeah, so that's how unheard of they are.
Welcome to the club.
I'm willing to bet that you, Rachel, will know most of these, if not recommended a couple of them. Because a couple of them are like, that sounds really familiar, and I'm pretty sure I've heard you say it. But we don't exactly have like a concrete list of all of our recommendations.
No, we're working on it. You also recommend a lot per episode, so it's hard to keep track of.
I'm only going to do one. Actually, to specify, I'm not recommending songs, I'm recommending artists. So there's 32 artists, mind you, that this playlist produced for me.
I'm hyped.
So I'm recommending like the artist and like a song or a couple of songs, depends on who. Some of them are just kind of like one note. I will be recommending the ones I didn't really like that much as well. So
okay. Hit me.
For a preview, I'm going to name off some artists that the list produced that I won't be recommending to show you how bananas this list is.
Okay.
Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Never heard of him.
Chapel Roan.
Never heard of him.
Tyler, the Creator.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of Mindless Self-Indulgence?
Or Chappelle Rowan? Ha 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 ha. No, I have actually never heard of the first one.
I'm sure you recognize him if you played him. Like, for your homework, look them up and you'll be like, oh, these guys. It's very like early knots, like I don't want to say emo, but like very emo, post-pop punk, screaming kind of degenerate music.
Okay.
But it's like kind of metally, I guess. I don't know. It's out there. I'm calling this Gamage's Rabbit List.
Gamage's Rabbit List, okay.
I will be going through down the line. I may deviate every now and then if an artist comes out with a new song or if I get addicted to something, but I will get through this list. The first one is kind of not my favorite. It's not bad. It's just like one of my more lesser favorite ones. So when I check out a new artist, I like to play their newest album and then like 3 to 5 of their top songs just to get an idea of what people enjoy most from them and how their music currently sounds. And I'm on YouTube Music Home, and it's like, hey, we think you'd like this singer Banshee. No relation to Susie, by the way. Banshee. Don't type it in yet. Let me get through my thing. So I do my normal album and top songs, and I was like, this is all right. Not something I'd listen to in my day-to-day, but pretty darn good. And I'm not saying she's bad. I'm just like, there's real talent here. I'm just not resonating with all the sounds. Her music is described as fairy metal.
Oh, that's badass.
If you listen to it, you'll go, that makes sense. Yeah, it sounds exactly as described. It is described also as like a blend of hyperpop, black metal, and witch house. I didn't even know witch house was a thing.
Witch house sounds cool as fuck.
But like black metal was like one of the metal subgenres that I didn't really get into. So that might be why I just don't want to listen to this all the time. I think the biggest thing about Banshee that doesn't work with me are, like, in black metal, there's like the screams where they're screaming lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
She does that.
Oh,
But
interesting.
these are like loud, quiet whisper screams. It's very breathy and shrill because she's a banshee, you understand. I don't know why, but to me, it just sounds like someone's doing emo screams like 3 blocks away.
I gotta be honest, I clicked on a song and just skipped to the middle, and I 100% understand what you're saying.
I totally told you to. Don't fucking type it in yet. Let me finish.
I thought you meant for like your recommendation.
No, I meant
Okay.
don't.
Well, I'm sorry. I do like her sword though.
Yeah, she's neat. I usually shy away from screams, so this unique style is like, I don't really like it. But her story is crazy. And that's kind of why I'm like, whoa. So she was born Rachel Dorothy Knight, which is a baller fucking name.
Yeah,
except for the Rachel bit.
Yeah, all Rachels are assholes.
Should have been Gamage Dorothy Knight.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Anyway, she grew up loving metal until she experienced like abuse and sexual assault in her metal scene. That drove her away. So she wouldn't do metal because it would like trigger her trauma. She started producing electronic music intended for hip hop, but got emotionally attached to her music. So she just started like releasing it as her own, put her own vocals out on it,
Mm-hmm.
And then she adopted the name Banshee after the Irish folk spirit known for its cry, warning others of danger. So it's very appropriate for her music style and personal experiences. And I really fucking dig that.
That's a really neat backstory.
I know, right? For like the specific circumstances and like her music style, like, damn, you gotta applaud it. Even if I don't like the music that much, it's like, damn, nice.
Yeah, way to be like, I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes you run into artists that just kind of like do stuff to do stuff, which is fine. But it's kind of like tattoos. You can run into really cool tattoo art, and that's cool. But when somebody has this crazy baller, like interesting backstory to it, it's really cool.
Yeah. And the recommendations on the Gamage Rabbit list are more broadly about the artist, like I said, but I realize I should have like a song to kind of convince you, like what draws me to it. She does amazing covers of Kylie Minogue's Can't Get You Out of My Head. She does Mariah Carey's Obsessed. And I do love me some covers, but I'm going to pick Siren Core. Siren Core it's got layers and showcases her talent, and I think this is like the one that'll convince you whether like this is my thing or it's not. So this is the artist that YouTube recommended to me, and I'm like, oh, neat. When I got to the end of the list, it started autoplaying. It's whatever YouTube felt like playing, and that's where my list came from. So thanks, Banshee. Banshee started this whole fucking rabbit list.
Yeah. So this was your jump off point?
Yeah, and it's
okay.
and nothing else like in this list is even close to Banshee, which is crazy. It's all over the place.
I don't really have nearly as exciting of a recommendation for you. I feel like so Spotify does a Discover Weekly where they throw together a bunch of stuff that's kind of like what you've been listening to lately, which my beef is that I want new things, and frequently it'll pick like the same exact sound profile, so you kind of have to inundate it yourself with new stuff, otherwise it gets stuck. But my playlist this week started off in like kind of a fun...
I've heard, and I don't mean to cut you off, but my thing's important, but I've heard that Spotify is like recommending generic sounding things, and like it turns out that all of those are like made in-house by like the people that work at Spotify.
Ooh.
And like it's releasing like the same song like 5 times over under different artists' names, but they're all the same people. I know that Spotify is under fire for a lot of things right now, and that's one of them is like because they're trying to like they're recommending bullshit songs made in-house to make it so that they don't have to pay royalties to the big artists.
Damn, that's fucked.
It's pretty fucked. Pretty fucked.
Yeah, that blows. It doesn't surprise me. I feel like anytime a company has a good...
Yeah, or made by AI. There's some made by AI shit.
That also wouldn't surprise me.
Anyway, give me that song.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is very much to the tune of things that Rachel generally listens to. It's called Sugar Baby, spelled Sugabby, by Sad Night Dynamite. I just really like the name. of the band, and then the song is like a very funk R&B vibe. But I really enjoyed it. It was the start of my Discover Weekly playlist this week, and I vibed with it.
So it's called
Yeah, Sugar
Sugabby.
Baby.
Isn't that just Sugabi?
Yeah, but it's definitely about being a sugar baby.
Is it?
Yeah. I actually have a second
I
recommendation.
mean, if it's spelled
for you
like
this week.
Sugabi, no, give me that next week.
Scotch of St. James by Barney Fletcher.
These names mean nothing to me. That's crazy.
Well, good.
But like, I also realized that like, because my playlist, like 32, like maybe 30 of them are ones I haven't heard of before. I've heard of like a couple of them for sure, and I have recommended them. But like, there's so many that I don't know. So I understand. I realize that not everybody could get to all of the music all the time.
I feel like it's kind of fun because I think we come from two very different sides of music, but we have equally eclectic tastes.
I mean, I don't think so. Like I was raised in my younger years. My parents listened to a lot of like 80s stuff and like weird 80s stuff too.
I more so mean like you frequently will recommend metal and like things from that sort of musical perspective, which is very much stuff that I like haven't listened to a lot of. And so we end up bringing very different artists to the table, even though we have, like, I'm pretty sure you and I have almost the same amount of totally all over the map musical tastes.
Yeah, this playlist proved to me that like, oh wow, it really is all over the place, and I have no control over my music taste now.
I have no control.
And that's
it's
good.
Just YouTube taking the wheels. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, I don't want to like spoil them, but like I've got some real fucking good ones that I'm like, I can't believe I found this, and it's changed a lot of perspectives on music that I did not have.
I'm upset
before.
that I have to wait 32 weeks to hear all of them, if not longer if you find a different obsession. I'm upset about it.
We'll see. Well, like, cause I've been like, since like the Paul Cawthon and Poppy album came out like just a month ago, I've been helicopter parenting over the fucking the new releases on my algorithm. Like I'm just looking for a name that I recognize because I want more shit, and there's not a lot of them.
Well, I'm excited for the next several weeks.
I'm not. Anyway, thank you for listening to We Have That Podcast at Home. If you like what you heard, and you did, I know you did, then please like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell below on the place that you're using that has a bell. I don't know. Not all of them have bells. It's a weird system.
It's the weird notification bell. The bell that you don't want, but you want because you want to know when we post our next podcast, but you also don't want more notifications on your phone because notifications suck. That's the bell. Click that.
Check us out on Instagram under We Have That Podcast at Home.
Yep. Check us out on
Fact Checker posts some shit, and
she does.
I'm told it's really tasteful, good stuff, but
yeah, it's all tasteful nudes.
know, I'm skeptical.
Usually of Sesame Street characters.
We also got a blisky.
Yeah. That's
whatever that
street
is.
slang for blue sky because Elon Musk
yeah.
sucks. You can find that at WHTPAH. I love when you like just fade off.
I know what
void.
I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. You can also email us at whtpah@gmail.com. Recommend music, all those good things.
I'd like to recommend The Colors of Infinity, Blackmill. It's a good song. I'm kidding. I've never heard that song before. I'm just looking at it.
I'm just we'd also
No, I wanted to thank me for the use of our theme song. Every Little Swing She Does Is Magic, off the album All Turtles Go to Limbo Because No One Bothered to Baptize Them. It's available at Disneyland in Wyoming from the future because they don't have a Disneyland right now.
And don't forget, it came out in the year 5 AT. That is after Turtles.
Hey, Rachel, what are we doing
I liked
next
that
week,
joke. Fuck
please?
you. Next week we will be covering the illustrious and fine art of it's comedy again, motherfuckers.
We're going for the three-peat.
Yep.
I've been Op Brand Gamut.
And I've been Op Brand Rachel. See you the fuck later.